other stuff from up north with them, this video is for you. My name is Dr. John Edwards, and this One Belly, Two Brains Wednesday, what we're going to talk about is chiropractic and immunity. So if you're looking for ways to help naturally boost your child's immune system, right, think of it in different terms. Think about, how can I better help my child's immune system regulate and adapt to the environment? So I want to give you a couple cues to that. Number one of the biggest things that we can do is make sure that we're getting plenty of vitamin D. Vitamin D is a really good regulator for the immune system. It's a sunshine vitamin, right? So getting outside. Now, I know that some people during certain times of the year don't want to go outside. For my northern viewers, it is during the winter season. For my southern viewers, when it gets summertime, we don't like going outside. We dress up in long sleeves and pants, and we don't like, we put on lots of sunblock because that sun's pretty intense. So if you are not having, the sun exposure, then that's something to consider supplementing. If you have a night shift job, if you are a person of color and you have a really solid base of melanin in your skin that prevents the vitamin D synthesis from the UV light as it comes into your skin, and so supplementing is a really, really super good idea. The second thing that I would always recommend is that we're making sure that we have really good gut flora. Now, for children, there is a really simple way to do that through probiotics. We have a probiotic formulation for infants. There's one that is made as a chewable for older kids up until the time when they're in puberty, and then we start doing something that I have been waiting for this company to do for a really long time. We have, for the longest time, carried Therabiotic Complete by Clara Labs. And the reason for that is that they are really the OG pioneers of gut flora research and proving to me what is in their product should be in their product, looking at things like shelf stability and that the number of bacteria that are supposed to be in there are in the right numbers. It's the only company I've ever come across that's been so dedicated to science that way. They have now started bringing in something they call Synbiotic, and Synbiotic is something I've been waiting for a long time, because most of the research I've ever read on gut flora says that a broader variety is a healthier way to have it, that there's a right number of flora that seem to keep people in a really good state of health. So I've always been an advocate for cycling through things. I like the idea of prebiotics. I like the idea of growing your own flora. But I want to be real for a second. In this time of COVID, where everybody's doing antibacterial everything, wiping and spraying down counters and surfaces and all that, your ability to train your immune system through normal, mild microorganisms is being completely taken away from you. And so in order to consistently introduce that kind of stuff, you have to do it consciously. Eat your fermented foods, things like kefir and sauerkraut and miso. There's lots of ways that cultures for the longest time have taken in those good bacteria. But also, being able to cycle with something, like I said, like the Synbiotic, that has both the prebiotic stuff in there and slightly different varieties of the bacteria. That kind of stuff does matter. And so what I've been waiting for is the opportunity to cycle the Therabiotic Complete with something, and now I've got the Synbiotic to do that as well. So as I'm looking at those things, like those are the nutritional interventions along with our 6 principles, right? Making sure that we're eating real food, making sure that we're learning something every day, that we're playing often, we're resting, right? Rest is super important to immune system building. You got to get that sleep. Making sure you're getting adjusted and engaging in love and gratitude, loving relationships. That was that last piece in there, because they really started digging into what they call the neuropsychoimmunology. The way that you think, the way that you feel actually has a massive impact on how your immune system grows and develops. So if you are in a state of anxiety, you're in a state of stress, your immune system is weaker. Children who are in school right now, when we're looking at our reexamination surveys that we're asking for those kids, anxiety is getting through the roof again. Stress is getting through the roof. It is not easy for these kids. And so they need some kind of outlet. And so if you're a parent of a child who's school age, I want you to be aware of that as we're coming into this time of year. But the stresses that you're used to kind of your kid going through, which is finals and just peer related stress, extra layer on top of that. And there may be some extra things that you need to do proactively in order to keep your children healthy. So thanks for tuning into this One Belly Wednesday. We are coming to you every single Wednesday, 6 o'clock, streaming both through Facebook and on YouTube. If you like what you're hearing, I want you to subscribe. But even more, I want you to share this with somebody. I want you to share this with a parent, or even might be that you have another chiropractor that you're seeing and they haven't gotten this information. I want you to share this with them too. Because it helps whenever I have a patient share something with me from another doctor and say, hey, what do you think about this? It affirms to me that I've been talking about the right stuff too, and they're finally hearing it just from a little different take. So yeah, I really look forward to talking with you guys